So you might have seen in a video this videographer swearing at me, and her name's Karis. And very, very recently, she asked me. Well, she gave me a bit of praise actually. She said, "You're actually quite an approachable boss. You're quite friendly. Da, 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 da. How do you deal with it when you've got to have tough conversations?" And you know what? It is a really, really, really good question. For starters, it is something I've learned to be better at. Now, I'm not there yet, and I don't think I ever will be. When I was in my early 20s, I was a right see you next Tuesday when it came to tough conversations. I had no problem walking into a building and firing, in fact, in one day, 123 people, and I felt nothing. I really didn't. I was a crap manager. That's the simple answer. It was my fault they were losing their job. That's how that worked. I then kind of went through a stage of being a bit too nice, and I would deal with everything. It was always my problem, blah, blah, blah. And I think where I am now is probably the accountability phase. And it's very much a, look, we'll back you up as much as we can. We'll talk to you, we'll support you, et cetera, et cetera. But actually, you're an adult too. And I think if there's one thing we could all do in the world of work now, it's just be a little bit more accountable. It's a tough market. It's really hard out there. There are people losing their jobs. And I don't for a second think it's always their fault. I really don't. But I do think managers could be more accountable. A really good example of this is a member of staff who's come to work with us over the last year. At their last employment, they were fired via email 3 minutes before the end of their day. They never got the chance to sit face to face. They never got a chance to ask any questions. Shows no respect, shows no love, and ultimately, that member of staff really gave a damn about that business. It's not easy having tough conversations, especially when you consider people your friends. But ultimately, if they're my friends too, they have to respect that every now and again I have to tell them off. And if they don't, they're not really my friends, and they really shouldn't be employees.